This is the land of Rajgonds.
Situated in the northern part of Telangana,
Erstwhile Adilabad was once upon a time formerly called Edulapuram.
it derives its name from the erstwhile ruler of Bijapur, Muhammad Adil Shah. Historically, Adilabad has been home to a variety of cultures. Owing to its position at the border of central and southern India, it has been ruled by the northern Indian dynasties like the Mughals and the Mauryas, and southern Indian dynasties like the Shatavahanas and the Chalukyas. The current culture of the district incorporates significant elements of the neighboring Marathi culture into the native Telugu culture. The brilliance of nature is at its best, with the Godavari flowing majestically over the prehistoric topography of the Deccan Plateau, giving rise to beautiful waterfalls and wildlife preserves. The centuries-old Dandari Gusadi festival in some way has always symbolized such unity within the tribes as can be seen during the ritualistic Bhogi Puja of the Yetmasar or Soul, which will take place in all the Adivasi habitations during the Diwali time. This season is perhaps the only occasion when the Puritans among Rajgonds feel hopeful of their culture surviving a bit longer. The Aboriginals have stuck to the basics while participating in the festival of Gusadi, which encompasses the very musical Dandari. Gusadis come into the circle. The Dandaris spread themselves over. The former lifting their hands, swaying and jerking to the accompanying sounds of the bells and cowries on their bodies, an enchanting scene to the audience. Like almost all other activities in the life of the Adivasi Rajgonds, the sacred dances of Dandari and Gusadi are associated with farming. In fact, the Dandari starts at the beginning of the agriculture season when the seeds germinate. The Dandari dance, which stretches for 105 days until harvest time, incorporates songs which beseech gods for protection of the crops. The dance is performed in the tribal hamlets for an hour or two after the Gonds return from fields. Among the tribal populations of India, the Gonds stand out by their numbers, the vast expanse of their habitat, and their historical importance. The Gonds are one of the most famous and important tribes in India, known for their unique customs and traditions. They are mainly a nomadic tribe and call themselves a Koitoria. The term Gond is derived from the Telugu word Konda, which means hill. They speak Gondi dialect. Gonds also form the largest tribal group in central India.
Gond kingdoms were collapsed due to invasion of Mughal and Maratha armies. Gandhari Killa is located near Bokkalagutta in Mandamarri Mandal in Manchiryal district, Adilabad. The fort was built in the 12th century by the Gondu tribals with the help of the Kakatiya kings of Warangal.
At the beginning of the harvesting period, the Rajgonds perform the Yatmasar Pen Puja to don the peculiar garb of a Gusadi dancer called Gusark in Gondi dialect. The Yatmasar Pen or god is nothing else but the four percussion instruments called Vette, Parra, Gumela and Tappal, which give identity to each of the four sagas or subsects within the Rajgond tribe in Adilabad. The Gonds have 16 different types of dances and 18 musical instruments like Dappu, Pipri and Kalikom, which they call Sola Demsa, Atravaja. All the musical instruments are considered sacred articles and they are generally preserved carefully in the house of the traditional headman or in the community hall.
Demsa untai. Demsa ante mala penlila untai. Penli koduku manamu asthanam cheste kuda vallaku ila betti mem egurpistam vallaku. Appudu kuda okati adi marstadi. Okkati mee band leka okkati undadi adi. Maaku tarvata kulalu etli mem gold paddati unta kada anni paatalu marste untadi. ఒక్కటే వాద్యతి ఉన్నది దానికి అంటారు సోలా ఢెంసా అట్లా వర్వా.
The dances and the songs associated are meant for different occasions. After performing this ritual, all the villagers return to the village and assemble at the center of the village and place all their musical instruments on a cot in front of the deity called Akadi Pen, which presides over musical instruments, is worshipped.
వ్యక్తిని గుసడిగా తయారు చేసి తర్వాత ప్రతి ఒక్క సగ్గానికి ఒక ఇంట్లో ఆకాడ అనేది ఉంటుంది. వాళ్ళు ప్రతి సంవత్సరం దీపావళి సందర్భంగా ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఆషాఢ మాసం నుంచి అంటే ఆకాడ తీస్తారు అన్నట్టు. అయితే ఈ ఆకాడ తీసినప్పుడు దాని యొక్క పూజ చాలా పవిత్రంగా నిర్వహిస్తారు. ఆషాఢ మాసంతో పౌర్ణమి నాడు ఇది ప్రారంభిస్తారు. దీపావళి అప్పుడు అమావాస్యం వరకు ఈ కార్యక్రమాలు నిర్వహిస్తారు. గుసడి అనేది దీపావళి పండుగ సందర్భంగానే నిర్వహిస్తారు కానీ సామూహికంగా ఈ పండుగ సందర్భంగా ఆషాఢ మాసం నుంచే ప్రారంభం అవుతుంది.
Before starting the dance, they sacrifice fowls and worship Akadi Pen or Etma Pen and obtain ritual permission to perform the dance, accompanied by the rhythmic beat of drums and following tunes of the trumpets. The peacock feather crowns, once which belonged to the god, refurbished every year before the Dandari begins. It's only after the holy objects are of the god are being formally blessed that the young men dress up in his image.
దీపావళి పండుగ వస్తే మరి ఆ దీపావళి పండుగలో వాళ్ళు గుసడులు అవుతారు. మళ్ళీ ఈ అంతా మనము బట్టలు కడతారు, లాంగలు కడతారు. కొన్ని ఏమో ఆడ వాళ్ళు బిడ్డలు తిరంగా అవుతారు, మళ్ళా మగవాళ్ళు తిరంగా ఇట్లా బట్టలు మార్పి కట్టి దేవుడు అంటే ఆ గుసడి దేవుడు అవి దండ ఉంటుంది మరి అది టోపీ దేవుళ్ళు అదే. కానీ వాళ్ళు ఆ ముందు ఆడిన పాడిన ఈ వేషము అయితే ఆ మున్పడి సంధి నడుస్తున్నదని ఆ కాలం నుంచి మనకు వచ్చినని ఈ గుసడి పెడుతున్నాం.
The Gusadis don't clean their teeth nor wash their backside. Their bodies, legs and feet are all smeared with ashes. That is their way of bathing. They decorate their bodies with black and red spots. They put on the headgear known as Maljelin Topi, made up of peacock feathers decorated with mirrors and colorful glasses. Small horn is fixed in the front side of the headgear. Brass bells of different sizes tied to a string are worn from shoulder to the waist. The big bells, which are generally tied to plung bullocks, are also tied around the waist. A series of long necklaces made out of wild seeds are put on around the neck. Jingling bells are tied around the anklets. On the left side, they put on dried skin of a bear or deer. With peacock feathered turbans, artificial beard and mustaches, goat skins as covers, strings of cowries and beads around the necks, tinkling bells on wrists, white stripes and dots on the bodies. They start looking like gods. Finally, the hosting villagers invite them and wash their feet and feed them for that night. The Gusadis in their dance dress are believed to be possessing supernatural powers. The dancers carry a staff called Gusadi Rokal, and by the mere touch with the staff, any ailing person is believed to be cured. They are considered to be an embodiment of gods and symbolize protection for their tribe's folk from a host of dangers, including wild animals.
మా గిరిజన సాంప్రదాయం ప్రకారంగా గిరిజనులలో ముఖ్యంగా గోండ్స్ జాతులలో ప్రధాన జాతులలో గుస్సడి అనేటువంటి వేషధారణం అన్నట్టు. అయితే ఈ వేషధారణంలో సంవత్సరంలో దీపావళి పండుగ సందర్భంగా 7 రోజులు నిర్వహిస్తాం. దీన్ని మేము ఆచరించినప్పుడు మాలో ఒక ఊరు నుంచి ఇంకొక ఊరికి సంబంధాలు పెరుగుతాయి. తర్వాత మా ఆచారాలు ఒకళ్ళకు నేర్పించడం కానీ లేదా మా దాంట్లో ఒకరు పెళ్లి చూపులు కానీ ఇటువంటి సాంప్రదాయాలు ఎక్కువగా ఇక్కడ జరుగుతాయి అన్నట్టు.
Gusadi dance, accompanied by beats of Gumela, reaches its climax with regulated steps and rhythm in a circular form. Every troop consists of 20 to 40 members. This begins on the full moon day and goes till the 14th day of the dark fortnight of Deepavali.
వేరే పల్లె పోయి ఇంకా మరి డాన్స్ చేసి మళ్ళా తర్వాత ఈ సంవత్సరం మేము పోయితే మళ్ళా ముందు సంవత్సరం వాళ్ళు వస్తారు మా దగ్గర ఇట్లా.
The latter function is performed during the mandatory visits of Gusadi troops from a given village to another, with which the community has shared kinship in the past. Gusadi dance season is time for tribal people to thank the gods for saving their crops.
ఇది గుసాడి వేషం అంటే చాలా నాకు ఇష్టం. నేను 2012 నుంచి గుసాడి అవుతున్నా. అంతకుముందు నేను గుసాడి కాలే. అంతకుముందు నాకు పెద్ద అన్నయ్య ఉండే, అది గుసాడి వేసిండు. ఆ తర్వాత నేను ఇక గుసాడి అవ్వ నువ్వు ఇక చిన్న నువ్వు వేసుకోమని, అప్పటి నుంచి నేను గుసాడి వేసుకోవడం మొదలుపెట్టిన. పక్క వాళ్ళని కూడా ఇంకా మంచి గట్టిగా నేర్పాలని నా కోరిక ఉన్నది.
Gond tribes of India have a typical Indian dress culture. Male members in the Gond tribe wear dhoti, long piece of cotton cloth wrapped around the waist, passing through the legs. Females wear soft cotton saris along with the choli or blouse. During the festivals, women wear lot of silver jewelry, color glass bangles and necklaces made of small black beads. Tattooing is the major charm for Gond. Two millets known as kodo or kutki are the staple food of Gond tribes. Most of the Gonds are the meat consumers, though they prefer rice during the festivals. Vegetables are usually grown in the kitchen gardens or collected from forests. Gonds grow tobacco for smoking and make liquor from the mahua tree. The Gonds are traditionally agriculturists and some practice shifting culture even today. Other major activities of Gonds include collecting forest produce, fishing, hunting, forging metal goods in cottage industries and other primary sector activities. They prefer marriages within the blood relations, mostly according to Hindu rites and customs. Sometimes mock elopements are also arranged. These tribes are highly religious minded. These Indian tribes worship Jangubai or the mother of Creator. Also worship snake god Nagoba for sapen in form or nail or a piece of iron chain, and Bhimsen, the Hindu god, are also worshipped. One unique feature of their beliefs is the existence of spirits.
They believe that every or most places in the world are inhabited by a spirit.
Sacrifices are also made to appease a number of deities. Gonds tribe believe that deities control everything in the world. The Gonds have gained enormous popularity for their unique and distinct social customs and traditions, and have become the subject of great interest among sociologists and researchers all over the world. Like how from centuries of all these traditions and cultures have been passed down to them, they strongly believe that no matter the modernization, their future generation will always keep these traditions going.
There are no worldly trials or temptations. The flesh gives way to spiritual ecstasy. Wisdom takes root as the gods breathe and dance through him, filling the Gonds with hopes of prosperity, hopes of revival of an ancient glory.